Hey Glencoe, thanks for watching. It's Miss Church. Here are some tips and stories from staff members at Glencoe. Take care and roll Tide.
Hey Glencoe, it's Mr. Stevens. Just want to say how you all doing. I miss seeing you guys so much. I signed up to be a teacher because I wanted to have the opportunity to be in a classroom and be with some amazing kids growing up, and we have been robbed of that as of late. And I want to let you know that I'm thinking about you. All of us staff are thinking about our awesome Glencoe student body and the great people that are in there. I say hang in there. This is a crazy time, and there's a lot of really tough times and struggles that a lot of us are going through right now. Some of us, it's just anxiety to get back out there. Some of us, it's dark and it's a really hard time because you're by yourself. We're together. We can make it. And I think that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. But most importantly, if you are feeling like you're by yourself, if you're feeling alone and you just don't have anybody to talk to, shoot me an email. Shoot all of our staff an email. I think there's just a ton of us that would love to be there for you, to have the opportunity just to touch base with you. Again, miss you guys like crazy. I wish we were back in the building right now so I could just high five you, give you a big smile and a big hello. So hang in there. We'll get through this. We'll get through this together. And again, if you are struggling at all, which I know a lot of us are, reach out. Don't do this by yourself. Reach out to one of us. Shoot me an email, Stephen T at HST, and let's chat. I'd love it. Take care, guys. Roll Tide. We'll be together again soon.
Hello, Glencoe. This is Mrs. Dunn, your cartooning and drawing teacher. Mental health has been a part of my life since I was a young teen. At 15, I was diagnosed with severe chronic depression. At 18, I was diagnosed with severe anxiety disorder. At 25, I was finally properly diagnosed with bipolar type 1. Some days are more of a struggle than others, and some years, 2020, have been especially rough. However, one thing that I've learned is that I've been able to make it through everything life has thrown at me so far, even if it didn't feel like it at the time. One thing that has made things easier for me was building a network of support and to have healthy coping mechanisms. Friends, family, proper medical treatment, and the arts have helped me through even the worst of my days. I can't imagine my life without using art as a means of expression and coping. Another thing that has helped has been changing my internal dialogue. I've replaced phrases like, I can't do this, I'm a failure, I'm weak, with things like, I can do this, I'm going to be okay, I'm going to get through this, and I am stronger than I think I am. I admit, at first the positive affirmations sounded a bit fake and forced as they echoed through my head. However, as time moved on, these words became more and more sincere and true. And eventually, I learned to be kind to myself. I learned to love myself, and I learned to be myself. And I learned that I am never alone, no matter how it feels. You are loved, and I love you all.
So my advice to you is a little bit weird. You're going to think this is a little weird, but a way that actually works to feel better when you're feeling particularly disgusting, that's little talked about, is that there's a really fine line between how we physically represent joy or pain or anger or fear and actually feeling joy or pain or anger and fear. Nobody's really sure which thing happens first, the physical or the emotional. Does emotion cause physical or does physical cause emotional? So actually laughing, making yourself laugh actually is a beautiful way to relieve tension and feel better. So here we go. I'm going to make myself laugh. I got to say, I'm not in the mood to laugh right now. It's been kind of a cruddy day, but I'm going to try. And when I try, you try. So here we go. I'm going to make myself laugh. Ready? Here we go. I actually feel great now. Maybe you do too. So, there you go. A little mental health tip that may seem ridiculous, but I'm telling you, replay this video all you want. If that made you laugh for a couple minutes, do it again.
Mr. Johnson here talking on mental health. And I appreciate the student leadership to bring this to the forefront. In today's uncertainty with riots, the pandemic, and the political climate, stress is at its all-time high. Also, for the students who have not been in a classroom since last year, March, that's even stressful. What has it done? It has kept us from our friends. It has kept us out of our school community. But there are things we can do to alleviate the stress. Things like taking care of ourselves. Are you eating? Are you sleeping? Are you doing activities that keep your mind occupied? Are you tuning out from social media or the television? Are you taking time for yourself? Part of mental health is taking care of yourself. If you're not taking care of yourself, you will fall into the trap of depression. So I would like to say in this short video, take care of yourself. These things will pass, and hopefully we will enter into a new normal. But for the most part right now, it's going to get better. I can't say when, but I know it will. These are unprecedented times that we have never experienced before. So be sure to connect with your friends and family through texting, or better yet, pick up the phone and call someone. Outside of that, make sure you're eating properly, getting your proper rest, and keep telling yourself it will get better.
Hey, Glencoe students, Mrs. Reddy here. A struggle that I have faced with my mental health in the past, and currently, really, I think it's ongoing, is a struggle with perfectionism and fear of failure. It really came about in college, and it was hard for me to take risks because I just wanted the outcome to always be perfect. And I was afraid to attempt things if I didn't feel like I could get a perfect result. And so I started seeing a counselor, and something that they taught me to do, which has been a valuable strategy, is to visualize when I'm thinking of a task that I'm fearful of, to imagine the worst case scenario. What if I don't do it perfectly? What if I am not perfect at it? What is the worst thing that could happen? And am I okay with whatever that is? And in doing that exercise, I found that I was usually okay with it. Whatever that result was, it was something that I could live with. And it really helped ease my anxiety and my fear. And I was starting to take new risks that I probably otherwise wouldn't have if I had not kind of mentally started going through that exercise for myself. So I still use it now when I'm struggling with attempting something that I feel like might be too difficult for me, or I may, fail at. And usually, whatever the worst case scenario is, I'm okay with it. It's okay. So it really helped me. I hope that that's helpful to some of you, and just I hope everyone is well.
ADHD has affected me a lot, and me and many other people that struggle with it don't know how to handle it. I have had multiple meltdowns because I physically could not get myself to do my work, and it makes you feel so bad about yourself. Because of my tic disorder, I cannot take any meds to help, so I just have to deal with it. It's hard to ask for help because RSD, rejection sensitive dysphoria, another symptom of ADHD, makes it so everyone thinks you're dumb and lazy. My ADHD makes me feel like I'm trapped and nobody can help or understand me. But because the media sees it as nothing but a teen addicted to iPad or troubled kid, nobody ever takes it seriously. I do not feel as hopeful anymore when I fall asleep at night. The best way to sleep is when I cry. I let out all my sadness, all my anger, confusion, and the fact that I reach out yet everyone I turn to avoids me. People say they're here for support, here to talk to me, yet no one upholds their promise. They are stuck up on popularity, stuck up on class rank, stuck up on groups of people they limit themselves to that they miss out on the results of those they hurt. They don't care about anyone but themselves. Last year, I found my little brother in the bathroom, unconscious and blue in the face. When I found him, I thought he was dead. He looked dead. This was unimaginably terrifying and scarring, and nobody from outside my family seemed to realize what an impact this had on me. It was so shocking how deeply this event shook me and impacted me, and yet no one realized it or asked me about it to try to gain understanding. I have dealt with PTSD from this event for the past year, and it has not been fun at all. During quarantine, I have gotten to spend all day, every day with my family, and I am so grateful I have the ability to do that. And a family that is loving and caring and whole. If I hadn't gone to check on my brother, then my family wouldn't be whole. This 1-year anniversary of this event just passed, and I was so proud of the progress I've made in my mental health. I feel like I'm in a constant decline of self-sabotage. I don't really know what I'm doing anymore. You can say I'm just tired at this point. I'm tired of people not understanding me. I'm tired of people downplaying my experiences. I'm tired of nobody caring. People always say, don't judge a book by its cover, but nobody understands or tries still. People always say, it'll get better. Everyone gets sad sometimes, but don't understand my perpetual spiral and abuse that I still endure to this day. People don't understand how much physical and emotional abuse and manipulation I get from even the people I love. Stockholm Syndrome is rough and real.
A little while ago, I found out I was bisexual. Even though I'm starting to feel more comfortable with it and being able to understand my sexuality better, there's still a lot of confusion and anxiety when I think about coming out to people. I feel like since I've started to come out to myself, I've changed a lot, which scares me because I don't know if it's better or for worse. Even when I seem the same on the outside, I feel like I will never be able to come out fully and show people who I am without shattering that one version of me they already know. I used to be suicidal a couple years ago. I felt like I didn't have a place on earth nor loved. I realized though that that year when my parents found out, I started to feel better after talking with them and after seeing a counselor check in every week, just because I knew someone cares and is looking after me. You are loved and want so much more in this world, even if you don't feel like it. I wish I could go to school. I miss my school friends, miss my teachers, miss the hallways. I'm sick of being at home and I actually want to go somewhere every day. I'm getting more and more depressed every day as well. School was my primary socialization. I had COVID recently and I'm still recovering. It's really hard being alone and not being able to taste has made it really tough to be happy and want to eat. So I'm always nauseous and cold, my hair is falling out, I love all my classes, but it's exhausting to only have the grade matter.